Drinking cold water every day can cause constant tiredness, dizziness, heart shrinkage, strange tightness, and burning sensation in chest. What exactly is happening? Is there any truth to it? Let's find out. Many people around the world are drinking cold water every single day. Some prefer drinking ice-cold water straight from the refrigerator without any awareness of what they are doing to their health. For those who do not know, cold water consumption can lead to many health complications. And according to studies, it may even increase your risk of death. Yes, you heard me right. It has been proved that drinking too much cold water on a regular basis can shrink your heart. But how? Keep watching to find out. Welcome back to our channel where we bring you the most amazing and informative content about health, wellness, and much more. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe so that you, my friend, don't miss out on the beneficial content we have for you. Now let's get started. Why does drinking cold water cause all these problems? The reason behind this is that when you drink cold water, your body gets a mini shock. Your body tries to bring the water to room temperature before sending it inside. But this process takes energy, which makes you feel tired. You might also feel dizzy because the blood vessels in your brain shrink when you drink cold water. This causes less blood flow to the brain, which can make you feel lightheaded or even faint. Drinking cold water also slows down the digestive process. When you drink cold water, your body works harder to bring it to room temperature. This means that your digestive system has to work harder than usual, which can slow down the process. This can lead to bloating, gas, and even constipation. Furthermore, cold water can decrease your immune function. According to a study published in the Journal of Environmental and Public Health, drinking cold water can weaken the immune system by disrupting the balance of bacteria in the gut. This can make you more susceptible to getting sick. In addition to that, it has been found that drinking cold water can damage the lining of your esophagus over time. This is known as a condition called esophagitis, which can cause pain and inflammation in your esophagus. So, if you have been ignoring these signs and continue to drink cold water on a daily basis, you could be at risk for developing serious health problems. Let us tell you 8 things that can happen to your body if you drink cold water every day. Number 1. Constant tiredness. Have you ever felt lazy and tired after drinking a glass of cold water? You are not alone. Many people feel tired after consuming cold water, and there's a scientific reason behind it. When you drink cold water, your body gets a mini shock. Your body tries to bring the water to room temperature before sending it inside. This process takes energy, which can make you feel tired. This means that drinking cold water can be more tiring than drinking warm water. Not only does your body have to work harder to bring the water to room temperature, but it also has to expend extra energy to warm up the water before sending it into your system. This can leave you feeling exhausted and drained. 2. Dizziness. Do you often feel dizzy after drinking a glass of cold water? Drinking cold water can make you feel dizzy for a few reasons. First, when you drink cold water, the blood vessels in your brain shrink. This causes less blood flow to the brain, which can make you feel lightheaded or even faint. Second, cold water can also slow down your heart rate, which can contribute to feelings of dizziness. Third, drinking cold water can trigger a condition called vasovagal syncope, which is a sudden drop in blood pressure that can cause you to black out. This is more likely to happen if you drink very cold water very quickly. If you do experience dizziness after drinking cold water, it is important to sit down and relax until the feeling passes. You should also avoid drinking very cold water in large quantities. Number 3. Heart shrinkage. Heart shrinkage is a serious condition that occurs when the heart muscle becomes thinner and weaker. This can cause the heart to pump blood less efficiently, leading to fatigue, shortness of breath, and other symptoms. One way that heart shrinkage can occur is through a process called cold-induced cardiac atrophy, or CICA. CICA happens when the heart muscle is exposed to extremely cold temperatures, such as when you drink very cold water. The cold temperatures cause the heart to constrict, which can lead to a decrease in the size and function of the heart muscle over time. This can eventually lead to heart failure. Sica is still a relatively new and rare phenomenon, and it is not clear exactly how common it is. However, some studies have found that people who live in cold climates or who frequently consume ice-cold beverages are at increased risk for CICA. Number 4. Strange tightness. Have you ever experienced a strange tightness in your chest after drinking cold water? Well, you're not alone. This unusual sensation is actually quite common and can be caused by a number of factors. One of the most likely culprits is something called esophageal spasm. This is a condition in which the muscles of the esophagus tighten uncontrollably, making it difficult for food and liquid to pass through. While esophageal spasms can be triggered by stress or certain foods, cold water is a common trigger as well. Another possible cause of chest tightness after drinking cold water is a condition called gastroesophageal reflux disease, or GERD. GERD occurs when the lower esophageal sphincter, or les, which is a muscle that keeps acid stomach contents from coming back up the esophagus, weakens. When this happens, acid can flow back into the esophagus, causing irritation and inflammation. Cold water can relax the les, allowing acid to flow back into the esophagus and trigger symptoms like chest tightness. Additionally, cold water can also trigger a type of heartburn known as acid reflux. Acid reflux happens when the stomach acid comes back up into the esophagus. When this happens, the acid can irritate the lining of the esophagus and cause a burning sensation in the chest. 5. Burning sensation in chest. A burning sensation in the chest is a common symptom of a condition called heartburn. Heartburn, also known as acid reflux, occurs when stomach acid backs up into the esophagus, causing a burning pain in the chest. Cold water can trigger heartburn in a few ways. First, cold water can relax the lower esophageal sphincter, or les, which is a muscle that keeps acid stomach contents from coming back up the esophagus. When the les relaxes, acid can flow back into the esophagus and cause heartburn. Second, cold water can also stimulate the production of gastric acid in the stomach, which can lead to heartburn. Finally, cold water can slow down the emptying of the stomach, which can allow acid to build up in the stomach and cause heartburn. Number 6. Stomach problems. Stomach problems are a common ailment that can be caused by a variety of factors. Cold water consumption is one factor that can contribute to stomach problems. When you drink cold water, your body gets a mini shock. Your body tries to bring the water to room temperature before sending it inside. This process takes energy, which can make you feel tired. You might also feel dizzy because the blood vessels in your brain shrink when you drink cold water. This causes less blood flow to the brain, which can make you feel lightheaded or even faint. In addition, cold water can slow down the digestive process. When you drink cold water, your body works harder to bring it to room temperature. This means that your digestive system has to work harder than usual, which can slow down the process. This can lead to bloating, gas, and even constipation. Number 7. High blood pressure. High blood pressure, also known as hypertension, is a common condition that occurs when the force of blood pushing against the artery walls is too strong. This can make it harder for the heart to pump blood around the body, leading to a range of health problems. One factor that can contribute to high blood pressure is the consumption of cold water. When you drink cold water, your body has to work harder to bring the water to room temperature. This requires energy, which can make you feel tired. You might also feel dizzy because the blood vessels in your brain shrink when you drink cold water. This causes less blood flow to the brain, which can make you feel lightheaded or even faint. Additionally, cold water can also cause the arteries to constrict, which can lead to an increase in blood pressure. Number 8. Increased risk of death. It may sound scary, but there is a link between cold water consumption and an increased risk of death. According to a study conducted by the University of South Australia, drinking cold water can lead to a condition called cold-induced cardiac arrest, or CICA. CICA happens when the heart stops beating after exposure to cold temperatures. The researchers found that people who drank cold water were 1.5 times more likely to die of a heart attack than those who drank room temperature water. The exact mechanism by which cold water increases the risk of death is not fully understood, but it is believed that it may have something to do with the body's response to cold temperatures. When you drink cold water, your body has to work harder to bring the water to room temperature. This requires energy, which can make you feel tired. You might also feel dizzy because the blood vessels in your brain shrink when you drink cold water. This causes less blood flow to the brain, which can make you feel lightheaded or even faint. Final thoughts: there is no doubt that drinking cold water every day can lead to numerous health problems. From decreased energy levels to increased risk of heart attack and death, the risks of drinking cold water are simply too great to ignore. Instead, it is recommended to drink water at room temperature and only consume cold water occasionally. Doing so will help you maintain good health and reduce the risk of developing serious medical conditions. That's all for today, guys. We hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on our latest videos. Thanks for watching and see you next time.